Panning means rotating your camcorder horizontally. It is used for two reasons. Firstly, to cover a broad area, like a landscape, in one continuous shot.
Notice how slowly it's done though. This is handheld. Very slow, as smooth as possible. You kind of try to keep the horizon as straight as possible in terms of being horizontal. The mountains are going straight across, and when it gets to the end it stops, and we hold a nicely composed shot.
Panning is also used to follow a moving subject and keep it within the camera's view.
Now this is where panning really comes into its own. That is why panning should be done, for the most part. Panning should be done to follow a moving subject. Too many amateurs pan for no useful reason. Now the first reason was valid. I said it was to cover a broad landscape. Well, possibly a legitimate use of a pan. Not the only way to cover it, but it's a legitimate use. This is a very legitimate use of a pan.
Incorrect, or jerky panning, is a common error.
Have we all seen home movies like this? May I leave now? It's almost 8 o'clock.
Next, proper panning techniques.
We hold the shot, then we pan, then we hold the shot. Notice in both cases it was an attractive composition at the start of the pan, and it was an attractive composition at the end of the pan. What happens in between isn't as important. But that's what you want to shoot for. Holding the shot at the beginning and end, and having an attractive composition at the beginning and the end.
This technique makes the pan easier to view and gives you leeway to edit into and out of the pan. Normally, you should not have a pan begin and already be in motion or truncate it before it stops moving. That's jarring. By the way, before you pan, ask yourself, is this really the best possible way to convey the image or message of the shot? If so, then use it. When you have time, rehearse the pan before actually recording. Given a choice, pan from left to right rather than right to left. We read from left to right, so pans which conform to this are considered more acceptable. Right to left pans have more tension and may be a better choice to build suspense. Obviously, if you were filming something moving, you would pan with it accordingly. Remember to pan slowly, very slowly.
This is on a tripod, and you can see how smooth and slow it is. You actually have to do it a lot slower in the camera than you think in real life. Otherwise, you'll have a disappointing video. And again, we hold the shot at the end, and a nicely composed shot. Once again, hold the shot, pan slowly, smooth and slow. You can't do it quite as nicely as this handheld, obviously. A good fluid head tripod really helps. And what are we getting to here? A nice looking streak in the sky. That's where the shot ends, and we hold the shot.
A pan may appear too quick when the subject is closer to the camera.
That's hard on the eyes. Now, if that was further away, it wouldn't have been too bad. But because the subject was closer to the camera, panning has to be done even slower. Slower than you think, much slower than you think.
The next pan example is done too quickly as well.
That was with a tripod, and it was smooth, but it was still too quick. And you can see the result when you watch it on video. It'll be just upsetting to the viewer.
A swish pan is a very fast pan done deliberately for effect.
That took practice. I think I took about 30 tries to get that. I was on a tripod and I kept overshooting or undershooting. Notice how it ends on a well-composed shot. The swish pan is used here deliberately for a transitional type of effect. And in many cases, you've probably seen programs on TV. I think there was The Man from U.N.C.L.E. years ago, where at the beginning they show a series of rapid transitions and they use a swish pan as part of that transition to change from one shot to another. It has its place. Use it carefully and use it with deliberation.
Think of a pan as a question and the end of the pan as the answer.
Okay, what have we here? A flower bed? Maybe. Where's it heading? Let's find out. Oh, I see. There's a guy here working busily away.
Keep both eyes open as you pan and use your peripheral vision. This helps you keep your bearings as well as watching for and anticipating undesired content.
Now, I don't know if that was the baby bear. Maybe Mama Bear was just around the corner. Myron got lucky here. The only thing that happened was the undesired content that appeared in the view was not Mama Bear, it was just a tree. That is a point though. There are tricks to panning. Be aware of what's happening around you because you are going to be seeing new subject continuously coming into the view. Keep one eye open, for example. Use your peripheral vision. You'll have a better chance of getting a better pan.
When panning to follow action, give the subject some lead space.
Not quite enough here, but this is nice right now. You see, you want to have the subject leading in. It's just like the profile stuff we talked about before. The profile footage, when you're composing a still shot, similar thing here. This is a profile of the bear. Give him some walking space to come into. We're following the man in the checkered shirt. We give him some lead space here, and away he goes. And here with the next shot, the truck is being given about half the screen lead space as it comes across the bridge.
Here are some tips for handheld panning. Breathe evenly. Keep your elbows close to your body as you hold the camera. Plant your feet in the middle of the turn, or perhaps in the approximate direction of where you want the pan to end. If you plant yourself at the start of the pan, you will end up twisted and off balance by the end of it.